Wait a minute. I don't think I can get Kari to work. I'm gonna type in some words real quickly. How do I use this thing? Let's try to play it. Nothing. For millennia, people from all across the globe have been pondering how to use Kari's English Voicebank. But to fully unravel this mystery, we must go back to yesterday when I wrote the pronunciation guide for this video. Let's start with the pronunciation of vowels. The capital Q is pronounced as the ah in cot, and the ah in cot in some English dialects. The capital V sound is pronounced as the in mother, and is a way to represent the schwa, as in the in comma. The lowercase e sound is pronounced as the in bet. The capital I sound is pronounced as the in little, or the schwa, as in to play. The capital U is pronounced as the in hook, or the schwa, as in a lot. The a symbol is pronounced as the a in cat. Do not use a to represent the an in and, or the word am. There is the a sound, which represents it better. The lowercase I sound with the colon is pronounced as the e in B. The capital O sound with the colon is pronounced as the O in tor. The at symbol and then the lowercase r is pronounced as the in murky. The lowercase a and capital I sound is pronounced as the I in tie. The lowercase e and the capital I sound is pronounced as the a in may. The lowercase a and uppercase u sound is pronounced as the ow in hour. The capital O and I sound is pronounced as the oi in toil. The at symbol, then the L, is pronounced as the ol in mulch. I recommend not using the capital U phoneme to represent this sound. The lowercase o and uppercase u is pronounced as the O in moat. Now for diphthongs. The capital Q and at symbol is pronounced as the R in bar, meant to be used with the and ol phoneme after it. The capital I in lowercase a is pronounced as the ear in beer, meant to be used with the and ol phoneme after it. The capital U and lowercase at symbol is pronounced as the year in peer, meant to be used with the and ol phoneme after it. The lowercase e and at symbol is pronounced as the a in and, or the ear in bear, as in an or am. The capital O and lowercase and a symbol is pronounced as the word or. It's meant to be used with the and ol phoneme after it. The at symbol and the capital U is pronounced as the O in no, and is a standalone diphthong. It's the same as the O sound in the vowels. Diphthongs and underlined consonants such as a, I, and ow in the vowels don't have opening vowel and closing vowel sounds, but do have CV, VC, and glottal stop sounds. Glottal stops are represented as any vowel with the apostrophe appended to the end. Now for consonants. The B is pronounced as the B in bear. The T and then the sh sound is pronounced as the ch in chair. The D is pronounced as the d in dead. The F is pronounced as the f in fin. The G is pronounced as the g in gig. The H is pronounced as the in hair. The J sound is pronounced as the j in judge. The J sound is pronounced as the y in you. The K sound is pronounced as the k in care. The L sound is pronounced as the ol in lol. The M sound is pronounced as the M in mad. The N sound is pronounced as the N in near. The P is pronounced as the P in pair. The R is pronounced as the R in rear. The S is pronounced as the S in send. The T is pronounced as the T in tear. The V is pronounced as the V in veer. The W is pronounced as the W in welcome. The Z is pronounced as the Z in zone. The capital S is pronounced as the sh in shush. The capital T is pronounced as the th in think. The capital D is pronounced as the th in there. The capital N is pronounced as the ing in sing. The capital Z is pronounced as the zh in zhuzh. The P with an H is pronounced as the p in pin. There are no opening consonant and closing consonant sounds for this consonant, the soft G, and the 4 sound. The G and the H is pronounced as the G in gear and is a soft sound, and the 4 is pronounced as the D in little. There are no VC sounds for this sound. Use VCV sounds instead, such as be and then a der VCV sound instead of bed then der. If you're using Voicebank in regular UTAU, you can download the plugins UTAU-2 and Lyric Parser. If you're creating a UST, I recommend downloading Lyric Parser 2.0, dropping the plugin UTAU, and downloading a VCCV Voicebank if you don't already have one. Because Lyric Parser formats the UST the VCCV Voicebank's phonemes, it could not work without a Voicebank to reference the UST's phonemes from. Whether you're creating a UST or not, you'll still need the UTAU-2 plugin with Halle-chan's replace lists. If you don't know how to install UTAU-2, please watch the video in the description. Download the version 2 list in Halle-chan's How to Convert SEL or MEL Plus English to VCCV video, which is in the description as well as underneath for VCCV. Here's some phonemes to replace after using the replace lists. Now that you've hopefully got UTAU-2, Lyric Parser if you're making a UST, and Halle-chan's replace list, here are phonemes to replace once you click the VCCV to SEL list in UTAU-2. VC sounds replaced by closing consonant sounds. Diphthong CV, VC, opening vowel and closing vowel sounds such as bar, arb, ur, and year. Here's some other phonemes to replace. An at symbol and then a capital U phonemes, which you replace with the O phonemes. Opening vowel and closing vowel sounds with the I, A, ow, oi, and ol vowels. And that's it. Now, if you're using UTAU-Synth or UTAU without plugins and haven't gone to the pronunciation guide for MEL phonemes and Kari's extra phonemes, please do so. I'll be showing you how to format phonemes with Kari's Voicebank. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, how to use opening consonants. So first of all, let's start by dragging a small note here, and then let's type in a dash, a space, and then whatever consonant we'll use. Anyone except the underlined consonants in the pronunciation guide will work. Let's do an H because we're doing the word hue. Then you can either type out the Japanese hue sound. So let's see how it sounds real quickly. Let's kind of make the consonant smaller for ease of use. It's a bit better. So what we want to do next, if you're doing Japanese, if you want to make it sound more like English, you do a U, then a colon, and then a space, then a W sound. This kind of makes it into sort of a diphthong. Let's hear it now. Then just shorten it and zoom in UTAU. Then we put it now, and now you're set if you're doing it with the Japanese vowel. But if you're doing it with strictly English vowels, which is what his high pitch has, then you want to do an H, a space, because CVs and VCs are separated with spaces, just like as ARPAsing is. You want to do a H, then a space, and then a capital U, which is the sound. So let's kind of shorten it. Then we want to add the diphthong which is a capital U and at symbol, which is the sound pure. So it kind of sounds like here, but you want to kind of shorten it, and you want to have a lowercase u and then a dash to symbolize it's the end of the word. So let's play it now. But it sounds fine. It just needs some improvement. Maybe make the diphthong larger. Let's put the U sound back. Let's fix it up. Perfect. Now, let's go on to using vowels. You can do any vowel, so you do a dash again. I'm going to use an symbol because I'm doing the word ask. So then we do a VC sound, so I'm doing the and then an S. Then you can do a consonant cluster, which is also separated by a space, which is an S and a K. And then at the end, I'll want to do a K, space, and then dash. It's basically the opposite of the opening vowel consonant I showed you. Now let's hear what it sounds like. Ask. So now I'm going to show you how to use sounds such as I or A, which aren't apparent in normal MEL English. So let's write the word bear, and I'll show you the two ways to do it, both the way May Blythe does it and the way I do it. So start again, dash space B, and then for the bay sound, as in bear, you want to do a B, then space, just like the other malphonemes, and then an E phoneme, which will make the A sound. And after this, you can either use the air VC sound paired with a, because it's bay-er and not bay-r, you kind of want to do an closing vowel sound. So now let's hear what this way sounds. Sounds good. And then the other way you can do is lowercase e, then an at symbol, which will be a diphthong. Both are pretty good ways to do it. So now let's go on to like VCs such as, like, let's do the word airy. So you cannot do the A as a starting sound, even though it is a vowel, not a diphthong, but my classifications. But then what you want to do is you want to do an A, then an R, and then you'll want to do a VC sound to connect it. And then you'll do an R, then an E sound, and then a closing vowel sound. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so it sounds pretty good. So now I think you should kind of practice on your own if you're thinking of converting USTs, and this is basically it. Peace out. If you're using OpenUTAU, you can simply use the English Xampa phonomizer found in the tab that has default phonomizer or other phonomizer before hovering over to EN and clicking English Xampa phonomizer. Now, in OpenUTAU, Kari can sing with normal English words. However, if some diphthongs don't display properly, remove the spaces in them and replace the lowercase I and the colon in diphthongs with a capital I and an at symbol. That is it. Thank you for listening, and peace out.